All right, let's dive into the Chicago Bears preseason opener against the Miami Dolphins and break down some of the standout performances and moments from that game. Starting with the quarterbacks, Tyson Bean was the first to take the field, playing the entire first half and putting together a solid showing overall. His PFF grade landed at 76.6, which is comfortably above average. When it comes to pure passing, he scored 71.8, again on the plus side of things. Interestingly, the official grading didn't credit him with any big-time throws, which is a bit debatable when you watch the game closely. I'll get to that in a moment. His time to throw was 2.63 seconds, a respectable figure indicating he wasn't holding on to the ball too long, which helped the offense keep rhythm. Looking at his raw stats for those who might have missed the action, Bent completed 13 out of 19 passes, racking up 103 yards, throwing 1 touchdown and 1 interception with a quarterback rating of 77.3. The game itself was a bit of a roller coaster for him. He started with a couple of 3-and-outs, but later engineered an impressive 94-yard touchdown drive that showed off his composure and ability to make key throws under pressure. On that drive, there were several well-placed passes, including a clutch 4th down touchdown that really stood out. And in the 4th drive, he tossed an interception, balancing out the highs with a notable mistake. Now, about those so-called big-time throws that PFF didn't credit him with. The grading system is subjective, sure, but I think some plays deserve a closer look. On that 4th down touchdown pass, the left tackle totally whiffed, leaving Bant exposed, yet he hung in there and delivered a precise pass to the back of the end zone with perfect anticipation. From my perspective, that's exactly the kind of clutch throw you'd want to highlight as big time. There was also a deep out to Devin Duvere that was sharp, even if it didn't get marked as such by the official stats. And what about that 3rd and 15 play where he was under pressure, still managed to stay poised and got a ball out accurately? If those don't qualify as big time, they at least deserve to be called very good throws in critical moments. Switching gears to Case Keenum, who came in later in the game, the grading showed he outperformed Bent, receiving an overall grade of 86.8 and a passing grade of 87.6. Not surprising, since Keenum is known for his steady veteran presence. On the field, rather than flashy plays or scrambling, he earned 2 big-time throws, one almost certainly being the perfect fade ball to Jade Walker against man coverage, a throw that demonstrated precision and timing. The other might have been a scrambled touchdown pass to Deion Hankins, a nice little improvised play. Keenum's time to throw was a little longer than Bent's at 2.93 seconds, but still under 3 seconds, which is a solid pace. What's intriguing now is the quarterback competition dynamic. Is this a true fight for the QB2 role behind Caleb Williams? If so, will we see the coaches switch the order next week? There's an argument to be made for letting Keenum take the field first against tougher competition to see how he handles it. Remember, Ben faced the Dolphins' starting defense during his first drive, then mostly backups in the first half, whereas Keenum went up against more third-string defenders, which could partly explain the difference in grades. Nevertheless, neither played poorly and both showed enough promise to be trusted if Caleb gets injured. So, who do you think is the better backup? If you lean toward Bent, type TB. If you prefer Keenum, type CK. Right now, it feels like Bent holds a slight edge, but a strong showing by Keenum in the next game could flip that. Moving on to the standout player of the day, Austin Booker was absolutely dominant. PFF crowned him as the highest graded player on the field for both teams, with an elite grade of 95.3. Breaking that down, his pass rush grade was 94.7, run defense 79.3, and tackling 76.7. What's really impressive here is the balance between his pass rushing and run defense, because Booker has been primarily viewed as a pass rush specialist. To see him hold his own against the run is a positive sign for the Bears' defense. Statistically, Booker racked up 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 6 pressures credited by PFF. The way he looked out there was imposing, even more impressive, considering last year in the preseason he had only 2.5 sacks across 4 games, and now in 1 game he matched and exceeded that total. His dominance came especially in the second half when he faced mostly third-string offensive linemen, exactly what you want from a developing pass rusher. Of course, the real test comes in the regular season against starting tackles like Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. Can he consistently get pressure in limited snaps? If he keeps this up, he could become a critical piece for the Bears' pass rush rotation. Now let's talk offensive line, specifically the left tackle competition between Braxton Jones and Ozzy Trapillo. The grades reflect what many expected going in. Nothing overly alarming aside from that rough fourth down play where Braxton got beat badly and Bent had to bail him out. Both players graded out in the 50s overall, which is below average. Braxton's pass blocking grade was particularly low at 44.3, though he showed more strength as a run blocker. Trapillo did a better job in pass protection, allowing fewer pressures and no sacks, while Braxton gave up 1 sack and 2 pressures. Head coach Ben Johnson has emphasized that the number one responsibility for offensive tackles is to be able to pass protect in one-on-one situations. This is crucial because it determines how much flexibility the offense has in play calling. If you constantly have to chip block or provide help, it limits route combinations and reduces overall effectiveness. Judging from what we saw, Trapillo looks like the better pass protector, but Braxton Jones might have the edge in run blocking. This raises an interesting dilemma. Do you prioritize pass protection or run blocking for the starting left tackle spot? The answer isn't clear yet, but it seems likely that the coaching staff will continue evaluating both as preseason progresses. I would also flip the order next week, giving Trapillo the first team snaps at left tackle to see how he performs with the starters over a longer stretch. Considering Braxton was coming off an ankle issue and probably needed reps to get back into rhythm, it made sense for him to start the game. But moving forward, this battle will be one to watch because both have noticeable strengths and flaws. Then there's Theo Benedette, a Canadian prospect who has quietly been getting snaps with the first team, especially with Karanagi out. Benedette's pass block grade was an impressive 81.7 during his limited action, though it might be a stretch to think he could win the starting left tackle job this year. Still, his trajectory suggests he's trending toward making the roster, and the coaching staff seems intrigued by what he brings to the table. Cornerback play is another area generating buzz after this game. Nan Wright's opportunity to stake a claim at the number 2 corner spot appears to have slipped away. While it's harsh to say he blew it completely, the limited snaps he played did not inspire confidence. He was targeted multiple times and got beaten on several occasions, 2 missed tackles on 16 plays, with a few coverage breakdowns on just 10 coverage snaps, paints a rough picture. This contrasts starkly with Tyreek Stevenson, who saw an almost equal amount of snaps but was not targeted once, which is an excellent sign in coverage. The Bears opted to play both corners together to see who would come out ahead, and the early advantage definitely goes to Stevenson based on what we saw. There's still Terrell Smith to consider, who also played well before exiting with a groin injury and even had a potential pick 6 that slipped away due to a dropped interception. His performance added another layer of competition at cornerback depth. Fans and coaches will be watching closely to see how these battles unfold. At linebacker, Noah Sue had a tough day. His overall grade was quite low at 39.9, primarily because of struggles in coverage, though his run defense remained solid. Remember, Sue has a downhill playing style, excelling as a blitzer and run stopper, but coverage might not be his strength. He did make some splash plays, including stuffing a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line and forcing a fumble. Those big moments help offset the negative plays, but the grade reflects his coverage issues, which could be a concern moving forward. Other notable performances included Luther Burden, who graded out at 70 overall with a passing receiving grade close behind. He made some solid plays, including finding soft spots in zone coverage, giving Bant reliable targets on 3rd and long situations. Kyle Manungi's grades tell a different story, especially in pass blocking, where he struggled significantly, including one rough rep where he got driven back hard by a defender. Culliston Loveland had limited snaps but made a catch, placing him somewhere in the middle of the pack for grading. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Chicago Bears are reportedly making waves in the NFL rumor mill with a potential blockbuster move that could redefine their defensive front for the upcoming season. Sources suggest that the Bears have secured Jadeveon Clowney, the formidable defensive end known for his explosive athleticism and relentless pursuit of quarterbacks. While official confirmation remains pending, insiders hint that this acquisition could be the cornerstone of the Bears' defensive strategy, aiming to restore dominance on that side of the ball. Clowney, a player who has earned respect for his ability to disrupt offensive lines and rack up sacks, might just be the game changer the Bears need after struggling defensively in recent seasons. The buzz around this signing is creating high expectations among fans and analysts alike, who see Clowney as a player capable of not only enhancing the team's pass rush, but also bringing veteran leadership to a young, hungry defense. If this rumor holds true, the Bears could quickly become one of the most feared defensive units in the league. The potential impact extends beyond statistics. It symbolizes the Bears' commitment to returning to their historic identity of defensive toughness, a hallmark that once made Chicago a nightmare for opposing offenses. The implications of Jadeveon Clowney joining the Chicago Bears stretch far beyond the immediate boost in defensive prowess, as the move could trigger a seismic shift in the team's defensive scheme and overall philosophy. Known for his versatility, Clowney excels both as a pass rusher and a run stopper, bringing a dynamic skill set that allows coordinators to design creative blitz packages and stifling containment strategies. Rumors indicate that the Bears' coaching staff is already brainstorming ways to maximize Clowney's unique talents, possibly integrating him into multiple roles along the defensive line to create mismatches against offensive tackles. This flexibility might lead to a more aggressive and unpredictable defensive identity, one that puts constant pressure on opposing quarterbacks and forces hurried decisions. The ripple effect of acquiring such a disruptive force could also elevate the performance of his teammates as offensive lines divert attention to Clowney, freeing up other defenders to make impactful plays. Moreover, Clowney's presence could attract additional free agents interested in joining a rejuvenated Bears. Defense, potentially sparking a chain reaction of strategic acquisitions aimed at building a championship caliber unit. The ongoing speculation fuels optimism that Chicago is poised to reassert itself as a defensive powerhouse in the fiercely competitive NFC North. Further fueling the speculation about Jadeveon Clowney's potential move to the Chicago Bears are whispers about the strategic timing and financial intricacies behind the rumored deal, hinting at a savvy front office operation eager to capitalize on Clowney's availability. Analysts suggest that the Bears may have leveraged cap space flexibility and contract negotiations to structure an agreement that balances competitive compensation with long-term team building. This rumor gains traction considering Clowney's recent free agency status and the fact that several teams have shown interest. Yet Chicago's offer may have been particularly enticing due to its blend of opportunity and financial prudence. The possibility that the Bears management prioritized this signing amidst other roster moves underscores a clear vision focused on fortifying the defense without compromising future flexibility. Additionally, the timing of this potential acquisition aligns perfectly with the Bears' off-season agenda, suggesting a calculated approach designed to integrate Clowney smoothly into training camps and preseason preparations. Industry insiders speculate that if the deal is finalized, it will mark one of the most significant investments in defensive talent in recent Bears history, signaling a renewed commitment to contending in a league where defense often dictates success. The speculative nature of this story only adds to the excitement among fans eager to witness how this potential marquee signing reshapes Chicago's football landscape. The buzz surrounding Jadeveon Clowney joining the Chicago Bears is also sparking debates about how this addition might affect the team's culture and locker room dynamics, with some insiders hinting at the profound influence Clowney could have beyond the gridiron. Known not only for his physical abilities, but also for his strong personality and leadership qualities, Clowney could emerge as a central figure in fostering a winning mindset among teammates. Rumors suggest that the Bears coaching staff and veteran players see Clowney as a catalyst for raising intensity levels during practices and games, instilling discipline and resilience in a squad that has shown flashes of potential but struggled with consistency. The potential arrival of a high-profile player like Clowney may also serve as a morale booster, encouraging younger players to elevate their performances and embrace a more professional approach to the sport. There is talk about how his experience in playoff atmospheres and high-stakes games could provide invaluable mentorship to emerging talents within the Bears roster. The narrative emerging from these rumors paints Clowney not just as a defensive asset, but as a transformative presence capable of reshaping the Bears' identity from within, driving them toward a culture of sustained excellence that resonates far beyond individual statistics and game day heroics. Finally, speculation continues to swirl about the ripple effects Jadeveon Clowney's potential signing with the Chicago Bears could have across the NFL landscape, potentially shifting power, balances, and altering playoff predictions for the upcoming season. Observers point out that adding a player of Clowney's caliber to the Bears' defense could change how opponents prepare, forcing offensive coordinators around the league to devise new game plans tailored specifically to counteract his disruptive influence. This rumored move may inject renewed intensity into the NFC North division, where rival teams will now have to contend with a Bears defense that boasts a game-changing talent capable of swinging momentum in critical moments. Furthermore, if Clowney's presence catalyzes an improved defense overall, the Bears could become dark horse contenders, attracting significant media attention and fan support. The speculation extends beyond Chicago's immediate sphere, with some analysts predicting that this move could initiate a domino effect, pushing other teams to aggressively pursue defensive upgrades in response. While nothing is yet official, the ongoing buzz about this potential acquisition keeps the football community on edge, eagerly anticipating the Bears' next steps and the possibility of witnessing a revitalized team poised to disrupt the status quo in the NFL hierarchy. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.